Hello friends and fellow book lovers, my name is Troy. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing part 3 of the best book quotes series. So, it's been about 3 weeks, I'm pretty sure, since I uploaded my last book quotes video, and yeah, it's been a while. I had to do a lot of bookshelf content, and I have to do an extra video today because I have a bunch of tags I need to get to that people have been tagging me in. We have to do what we have to do, guys, and the first 2 parts up there, I'll leave like the playlist of the series so that you guys can like go in and watch part 1 and part 2 if you haven't already, so you can like catch up on the series. But if not, part 3, we have 10 book quotes from you guys that I found in the comments of the last video, and then I picked out 6, so that's 16 quotes in total that we're gonna go over. It's gonna be super fun. Make sure to leave a like on this video, subscribe to my channel down below, leave some more book quotes in the comments for the next part, and let's get into it. Also, shout out to all the people that came to my live stream. It was so fun, and I'll leave the live stream up there as well if you want to check that out. We had a blast. Okay, so the first one is from The Tales of Despero by Kate DiCamillo, and this was a recent read. Oh, I just dropped my phone that I read, and the quote is, "Stories are light. Light is precious in a world so dark." I love it. And I can't relate more. Like, our world is so, like, messed up and, like, bad. So, like, I've always said that reading is an escape for me. Like, I really like to read because I can just, like, stop thinking about the real world and like escape to all these fantasy worlds. And especially why I like fantasy. Like, I like contemporary, but I really like fantasy because I can just totally escape, you know, our world and go to all these other new fictional worlds. And it's really helpful to just have that sometimes, I guess, if that makes sense. And even in this story, you can see the effect that light and darkness has. Like, it's a running like imagery and like symbolism of the story. Like, you know, the light in the castle and the dark in the dungeons, and you see how the light mixes and like see like the different stories between the light and the dark, and just like how it all like, you know, plays out. And I just think that it's a great story. Okay, and then here's a good comment that I've never read this book, but I just found it a good quote. So, "It's weird with best friends. They share a certain kind of energy, a knowingness. You can finish each other's sentences, you can read each other's thoughts. And even though Bridget had only uttered one sentence, Charlotte knew this was the beginning of an end. The seasons were changing just like the sky, just like the leaves. They thought they'd be best friends forever. But sometimes life isn't what you expected. Sometimes life is unfair, unexpected." So I like this quote. It's like a really like good like life quote. Like, you know, you'll have friends and they'll go away too. Especially just like I feel like that same way. Like, okay, in middle school, this was a huge thing. Like, at the end of middle school, I started like getting a lot of friends like in 8th grade, and I would just make these awesome connections. And even in like 7th grade and 6th grade, I would just like be making friends, but those friendships did not last, especially because like moving on to high school, I mean, I still text my friends like from middle school, but like I just don't talk to them as much because like the high school that I go to, there's only like 50 kids. Like, it's a really small school. I definitely relate to that quote, and especially just like I can relate to, you know, the best friend stuff. Like, I feel like I have quite a few best friends. Like, I don't have one best friend, but friendships aren't always gonna last, but, you know, make the best out of them while they're there. Alright, Evie Wu with "Hate ricochets, but kindness does too," from A List of Cages by Robin Rowe. I really like this quote. Like, you know, you can hate and it can make an impact, but also being kind can make an impact too. Like, I know that like hating and like being negative definitely does make an impact on people. I've seen that in the past, but also kindness does too, because if you think about it, kindness can even make more of an impact. Because for me, sometimes like getting hate from like even from YouTube, like on my other channel, like I don't really care about it much, but if someone leaves a kind comment, that's what impacts me. Like, that's what really like makes me happy and like appreciated and loved. Like, feeling loved is like more than feeling like down, you know? So I just feel like, you know, hate does ricochet, but kindness does too. And especially because, you know, like the pass it down the line and stuff. Like, I know, like, I heard this story. One of my teachers was like in a drive-thru, and then like one person said someone paid for your food, and then she was like, "Oh, okay, then I'll pay for the next person's food." And then there's just a line of people paying for each other's food. And so it just really does go to show, like, it can make people's day, and it can make people want to, you know, be kind to others. I feel like it is like a, you know, ricochet effect with like just bouncing off each other and stuff. And then also, I mean, you know, hate does do that too, but still, I feel like love and kindness can have more of a bigger impact. So that's a great quote. Thank you for commenting that. Here's a funny quote that I picked out, and it was from The False Prince, which I recently read, which I got for my birthday, and it's, "If I'm about to get killed, I won't check the rules to see if my survival fits with someone's codebook of fair play." And that was from Sage, the main character. And you know, I said that there's a lot of huge similarity to Selena from Thorn and Glass. You can already see like the snarkiness. Like if I'm about to get killed, I'm not gonna check to see if someone's rule book is being played. And this was in response to a scene where like basically they're talking about how like if like they're about to get killed, would they show mercy or would they like fight to their death? And basically Sage was like, I would pretend like I'm begging for mercy and then like strike the person down. And then the other character was like, you would do that? That's not like fair. That's not mercy. And then he's just like, I'm not gonna check to see if it's in some freaking rule book to see if someone's killing me or not. You know, like I totally relate. I love that. It's a mood. It's a mood. I love it. The False Prince was just full of like snarky and sarcastic, funny comments like that. I loved it. Also, I don't know why the lighting is weird, but yeah. And my hair is like, I over dried it this morning, but yeah, I also have to edit all of this on Monday or in like one day because I'm filming it like Monday morning when it has to go out like Monday afternoon. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep this short anyway. Okay, we are going to go into more comments now. From Candace, we have, fairness does not mean everyone gets the same. Fairness means everyone gets what they need, and the only way to get what you need is to make it happen yourself, by Julius Jane from the Red Pyramid. This sounds like a Rick Riordan. Is this a Rick Riordan book? I don't know. But we did get news that the Kane Chronicles are going to become a Netflix series, which I actually have Netflix. Like all this stuff coming out on Disney Plus, I don't have it. But this is now going to be a Netflix, the Kane Chronicles. So I'm going to read that and then watch on Netflix. And yeah, because I like Rick Riordan's books. And if it's not Percy Jackson, then we're all good. But yeah, I just really like this quote. I had to talk about it because I feel like that's such a thing that we need to realize and understand, I guess, is that like fairness does not mean everyone gets the same thing. It means everyone gets fit what they need. Like I saw this iconic image in middle school where like there's 3 people, like a tall man with his 2 children, like one medium sized, one small children, and they're all trying to like see the soccer game, and they had boxes. They had like 4 boxes or something, or no, 3 boxes to use to step up on the box and like look over. You know, each person needed different. So if everyone got one box to stand on, then of course the tall man would be able to see very well, and then the medium man would be able to see, but then the short person wouldn't even be able to see. But if the middle person got a box, the tall person can just stand without any boxes, and then the short person got the 2 boxes, then everyone could see the same. I don't know if that makes any sense, but like you have to fit like what everyone needs, not like the same, you know, if that makes any sense. So I just think that's a good thing. And then Lauren with You Can't Quit Something You've Never Tried by Puck, the Sisters Grimm book 4. I want to get to the Grimm series, Sisters Grimm series. Yeah, like you should always try new things. You can't like say no to things. And I've even recently learned this, like live a little. Like last night, when I went to like my youth group thing, like I was like, I didn't really want to go, but then I decided that I wanted to go because I wanted to get that social activity, and then I ended up really enjoying myself. And even though I'm not like a super religious person, like it was just fun to be there with a bunch of kids. And yeah, I just feel like you should try new things, try to get out there, live a little. And also, me and Lauren are starting a Bookstagram account, like a duo Bookstagram account, and I'll tell you guys about that on Saturday, but we're launching it then, and you guys can follow it. It's gonna be great. Okay, let's get into the next quote. Okay, we got another quote from the Tales of Despero by Kate DiCamillo book, and that is, and hope is like love, a ridiculous, wonderful, powerful thing. And I really like this. I really especially like quotes all about hope, because hope is a powerful thing. It truly is. I love hope, and I am an optimistic person. I think I said this in the live stream. Like, I feel like just being optimistic and like thinking on the positive side and hoping and like all that good stuff, I feel like it really helps me as a person. Not even just hoping, but like I feel like it benefits me just being overall happy. Like even when like I get all these surveys about like my mental health and how happy I am, I always click like the happiest one, because like just being hopeful and being optimistic makes my mind just kind of like be happy all the time and like think happy thoughts. I don't know. I just think, you know, it's powerful to have hope and like just to not give up on things, especially because sometimes like you actually get what you want and you get what you hope for. And like for a personal example of this was like I was really hoping to get into the school I am in currently. We entered this lottery, we found out that we weren't going, and we were going to our normal high school that I really didn't want to go to, like the one that, you know, everyone basically goes to, and it's just full of like thousands of kids. Like I wanted to go in the more personal school with like 150 kids and like getting like the college classes and stuff. But it turns out at the end of the summer someone dropped out of the school and I was able to get in. And so like, you know, you just never abandon your hope. And like I feel like there's just a lot of things to me that happened. Like, you know, I never gave up hope, and I still, you know, they succeeded. Okay, because happiness isn't where I am, it's who I'm with. And I could not relate to this more. I feel like I'm always happy when I'm like with people, and even though like I've said like quarantine is amazing because I'm an introvert, I feel like I am just better with people. I feel like when I had that live stream with you guys, I feel like I was able to relate to you guys and just talk to you guys, and like I don't know, I even see like more as my friends just from that, because like I was able to talk to you guys and just have a 2-hour stream talking to you guys. Like I didn't even expect to go for that long when I went to like my youth group thing at my church. Like, you know, it was just amazing being around people, and like I just felt happy, and like, you know, I don't know. And so now I'm kind of more inclined to wanting to go back to school and stuff, but like still I kind of want to be at home. But anyways, just yeah, it's been amazing being able to just like be around people more recently, and I feel like it's been able to impact my mental health a little bit more, just like being more social. Next we've got Bookish Life. There's no better distraction in the world than losing oneself in books for a while, from Jen Gold by Cassandra Clare. And I think we also had a similar quote to this previously, but I think that books are great distractions from the real world. And like I said, you know, like our real world is not the amazingest place that it's like supposed to be, so like having a book to like distract yourself in is amazing. Just like whenever I guess you're feeling down or like you're not happy with how things are going, just like take a break, read a book. It makes me happy, at least reading. I don't know about other people, but just like reading these stories about all these characters also having struggles so that you can relate to them with their struggles and their problems. It's really amazing just having that and having the ability to like meet all these new people and new worlds and new characters and just being able to lose yourself for a while. Like it's great. Okay, the next one is from Fablehaven, which I also read recently, by Brandon Mull, and it's let's worry about fixing the problem instead of the blame. I feel so heavily towards this because I feel like so many people are like always trying to accuse other people and stuff, and like it's all about like who did it, especially like in my family, like when something happens and they're like, oh, who did it, blah blah blah. Like it doesn't even matter, just fix the problem instead of deciding who did it, you know, if that makes sense. And how can we fix the problem, how can we move forward? I feel like that's just like a huge like way to stop wasting time, you know, like it just doesn't matter what happened or who did it, get on with it. Low-key, this lighting kind of slaps, but my hair. Hey, we've got a quote from Sukrubin Books. His channel is in the description as always. My quote: a particularly good book had a way of opening new spaces in one's mind. It even invited you to come back later and rummage through what you learn. Arusha and the End of Time. Okay, I love this. I love this so much. I feel like I relate to this too. Because I have read some like phenomenal books lately, and like that, I can tell when a book really makes me think. Like if a book is just, I'm gonna read it, I don't want to put it down and kind of forget about it, then that's not like an amazing book. But if I'm reading a book and then like I think about that, like when I'm trying to fall asleep, like if it comes to mind when I'm daydreaming and I'm just thinking about the characters in the world and just like pondering over the plots and events, then that is what a good book means to me. Especially like it's gonna make an impact on me and my mind and my thoughts. It's not gonna just be like brainless, because even though I do like to get lost in books, I do like to have some thought, and especially romance books have been doing that for me. Like it's been so easy to relate to them. Bayonets and books, I'm so proud that I'm finally starting to pronounce it right. But fear is only your enemy if you allow it to be. An Ember in the Ashes. Oh yeah, I want to read Ember of Ashes sometime. That's what I wanted to say. I have it on my TBR. So yeah, I know that. But okay, let's think about the quote. Fear is only your enemy, allow you to be. Okay, I like this. And it kind of goes along with Lauren's quote about like trying new things. So it's like you can allow yourself to be afraid and like stay at home your whole life, or you can try to live a little. Like I've been trying to do little things just to like allow myself to be a little bit more social, or like a little bit more free, or a little bit less like at my computer all day. Like I've just been trying to do little things that have started to add up, like taking walks outside, for example, like taking breaks from my computer, listening to audiobooks, and like listening to more romance, but you know, just like experimenting and trying new things. And like just don't let fear like kind of just like take you down, because I know the cycle. You know, just live and like have fun. Like let's have fun together, and y'all should like comment all your little victories. Like I'm sure you guys are all making victories. It's great. We're all doing this together. We're all in this together. Alright, a quote from my current read, Redwall, which you guys are going to hear about my reading vlog on Wednesday. It is even the strongest and bravest must sometimes weep. It shows they have a great part, one that can feel compassion for others. Okay, I love this when I first read this, because I want to be able to cry and weep more. So I'm making progress. I've started to cry more like when watching movies. One particular show that made me cry a few times was The Office. Like that, like long shows like that, like when you're watching and like you're just like getting attached to them for seasons and you're watching them for hours, and then they start to have like, you know, like little sad scenes like that, especially between Pam and Jam. I think I only cried in like the scenes with them when they were like having problems with their relationship and they solved them, or like when they had their wedding. Like all that stuff was so sad, or not sad, but like happy, and it made me cry. And then also with the Love, Simon at the end, when I watched that movie, which was phenomenal, way better than the book. Yeah, I watched that and I almost cried at the end when they were like, when Simon and Blue found each other and they were like, when they kissed. It was so cute at the top of the roller coaster. laughter or whatever, or at the top of the Ferris wheel. Okay, I love that. I feel like crying just makes me a better person. Like, I feel like I want to be more sympathetic and empathetic and like sympathizing with people and crying. I just feel like it's a good thing to do. Like, and I feel like I'm heartless if I don't. Okay, that's good. Alright, the next quote is from Red Panda, and it's, I still don't have a good quote. Hey, I said I would put it in a video because it was just a funny joke, but yeah, Red Panda has been commenting like on all my premieres and live streams and stuff, like, I don't have any good book quotes, so yeah. Okay, anyways, Lexi, thanks for all the great quotes in another video. One quote I really like from The False Prince. I also said one from False Prince, but a person can be educated and still be stupid, and a wise man can have no education at all. Wait, I need to understand this. A person can be educated and still be stupid, and a wise man can still have no education. Okay, that makes sense. So, like, especially for the main character, like, I don't think he was able to get much education. Like, he grew up in an orphanage and stuff, so, like, he wasn't able to get into it, like, an equality education, but still, he was able to freaking slay, like, in terms of the end of the book, and, like, just, like, being really smart and cunning. Like, the main character, Sage, was so wise, and, like, you'll see the plot twist around him. It's crazy. But yeah, like, someone with so much education and wise men can be really stupid. That's kind of like me. Like, I have a lot of education. I'm in all these programs and stuff, but I'm still stupid. Okay, quote from Virginia Book Night. I like this quote. It's from Cupid Lost Cities. We got another Cupid Lost Cities quote, but it's from sometimes things have to get worse before they get better, KOTOC. And I feel like people need to know this. Like, it's okay for things not to be perfect. Know that things are gonna be bad sometimes. Like, you're going to have rough moments. I have rough moments. Even though I don't like to share them, you know, like, I'm not like this totally happy person. Well, I kind of am, but I do have my moments where they're rough and like I'm kind of just like you know, but like everyone has rough moments. It's inevitable, and so you're just gonna know, like, sometimes things have to get worse before they get better. And through the whole Cupid Lost City series, Sophie, things just kept getting worse and worse and worse, and the world kept toppling and toppling and toppling, but she's slowly starting to fight back. She's slowly starting to take out the evil organization, and that's what we care about, you know. Like, we're making progress. We're all in this together. Okay, the last quote that I picked out is from another Red Bull quote, and it is Friar Hugo. Old friend, brace yourself. I am the bearer of tragic news. Alarm spread across Hugo's pudgy features. Tell me, Jess, what dreadful thing has happened? Jess spoke haltingly in a broken voice. I fear that Clenny has tore up one of your oldest and most vulnerable dish rag. Alas, Redwall will never see it wipe another plate. I just thought this was a funny quote. Like, I think this is from book 1 where, like, Clooney the rat was, like, attacking Redwall. I don't really know what happens at the end yet, but it was just funny. Like, Clenny stole a dish rag. It's like kind of like a comedical thing. Like, he stole a dish rag, which obviously it doesn't matter. It doesn't have any importance, but they're crying over it. It's just like, oh, that actually turned out to be the last quote, which is good because I have class in like 20 minutes. Hopped over here to record. I'm probably gonna go back to my Spanish since I also have to edit this video like at lunch, probably between classes, and during classes do some overlays and stuff, and then edit and then try to get this out to you guys. It's gonna be quite a long day. Make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed it. I had a fun time going through some more book quotes, and make sure to comment down on this video some more book quotes, because I would love to make a part 4 where it's just me reacting to your book quotes, none of mine, just yours. And we're gonna keep going with the series. Make sure to watch the other ones in the playlist if you haven't already. Subscribe to my channel down below for more bookish content every Wednesday and Saturday, and I guess now Mondays because I've been doing videos for Mondays. Make sure to leave a comment down below again with your book quotes and like what was your thoughts on the book quotes that I talked about. What was your favorite quote from today? Share some more book quotes, share some discussion. I would love to discuss with you guys. I just love your comments. I just love your comments. And make sure to click up there for my last video. What did I do? I did a book haul, summer book haul. You guys loved that video, so yeah, definitely go check that out if you haven't already. And I will see you guys in the next video with my reading vlog, and then on Saturday I think I'll do a premiere, and then I have that special Bookstagram thing account that's coming. I'll talk to you guys later. I don't know what I'm doing. Have a great day. See you later. Bye bye. Everyone's lining up to see her. She's a Mona Lisa. Everyone's lining up to see her. There must be something about her features. You'll find her beauty goes much deeper.